Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I want to update my Throwback 30. It's going to be a really impromptu, all over chaotic. I don't have any of my products out in front of me, but I know I have to get this updated. And my son is playing video games and he's saying because the dogs are eating the treats as he's playing Paw Patrol. So if you hear him doing that, it's because they're eating. So the first prompt I want to update is 50 Shades of Pink, which is something that's pink in your collection. And I decided to go in with, now let me see. So this is the blush from Give. I just have to try and find it. Do I even have it out? Where do I have that blush? I have stuff all... Oh, here it is. I don't think I grabbed it at all in the last month because it was up in another section. So I'm actually going to move that down and move this around. I'm going to move a bunch of things around. So as I'm grabbing things, you'll see me kind of maneuvering around here. But this is the Give Feeling Cheeky Amplifying Blush Duo in the shade Ex-Girlfriend. And there are 2 shades in the product. And I have only used this once, but I have had a use, so that's why I'm talking about it. I only want to use it 4 more times. I actually want to apply maybe a teeny tiny dollop right now. I'm going to go ahead and put that just underneath my, well, where my highlighter would be. I know I have highlighter on. It's got to be there somewhere, but I think it's losing its luster, you know? But this is such a beautiful, beautiful blush. It doesn't look any different than what I just already had on. Anyway, so then 2 uses. But this one is really nice. I enjoy the actual product itself. The pan sizes are teeny tiny in consideration to the width of the palette, but I like the fact that you get 2 different blushes, and no one really needs more than what's in here. So I love the fact that you're getting 2 options in a blush little palette, and that they're not massive. Like if they were this size, that's massive and you're gonna pay more. So I don't mind that they're just small like that, because really I'm probably not going to go through them all, let's be honest. The next one is 50 Shades of Purple, which is the Becca Amethyst, well, Becca highlighter in Prismatic Amethyst. Oh my gosh. I think I had dyslexia there for a second. But this is the most gorgeous UFO looking packaging. I love this so much. I wish another brand would come up with something cool like this, you know? Even though it was supposed to be a beautiful aesthetic, it just reminded me of something so UFO or UAP or whatever they're calling it now. But even the mirror inside of it was just a nice practical makeup mirror, and I would definitely keep the packaging even if I didn't want the inside, which I'm going to be honest, part of me wants to part with this inside of the product, because even though it's beautiful, and I'll swatch it here for you, even though it's beautiful, I don't often wear a purple highlighter. It just looks silver on my skin because I have very yellow toned skin, and usually a purple will neutralize, so it then just looks a little more neutral. But I will tell you, it's a nice shade when I'm at my fairest, and right now I'm not, so I don't want to be making any swift judgment. But I also have other purpley highlighters in my collection around this shade, so it's kind of giving the KVD eyeshadow face quad, you know, the one that you can use on your eyes and your face. It was a quad, but it was shaped like a triangle. I still have the eyeshadows, but I have decluttered the palette because it was really awful to store, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know, it isn't making me want to put this on my face, you know? I don't know. So essentially I have used that twice, and I only have 3 more uses, and I feel like it's going to be a chore to get there, but I'll see what I can do. The next item that I have used is for Seven Deadly Pans, which I chose Greed because I wanted this palette so badly, and I was like, there were a multitude of options, and I decided that as soon as I found one that was available to me, I was going to buy it. But I got the Cheek Stars Reunion Tour. I wanted the one that had, it was like a trio, and it had a Hoola, Cookie, highlighter, and one blush. I think it was Rockateur, and I wanted that. But unfortunately, the one that I picked up, I got this because it had Hoola and Cookie, but the 3 blushes I didn't like. So I haven't really been using them. Now I'm using them because they're in a project, and they aren't as bad as I thought they were. Why do I even have this? I'm gonna declutter this. Because in all reality, like, I'm gonna declutter that. Even if I were to give that to someone else, no one's going to use that. But anyhow, Cookie's beautiful. Hoola's decent. I like a more radiant bronzer, something that's a little more dewy looking, a little more shimmery. I love a shimmery bronzer. But this is just okay, and so are the blushes. If anything, I kind of wish I just had Cookie in a palette or like a little single, but I hate the single packaging. So this would be my preferred method, or one of the trios with Hoola and one other blush. So I'm not going to go and buy new product just because I can't stand it and being in a chunky ass palette like this. Oops, and my kid's in the room. Can you get off of there, please? You are going to hurt yourself. Mommy's going to take that away. You're not listening. Off now. My goodness. Okay, so yeah, I'm just not a super fan of this, but I have used this so far 9 times, and I still have 21 to go. All right, the next item that I have is Beauty A to Z, and the shade that I reached for, or the prompt that I reached for, was Max Oh Darling. Like, it was a D for Oh Darling. And I'm getting ahead of myself. You see how I jumped like that? This is what it looks like here. It's absolutely stunning. I love this holiday packaging. And honey, babe, I sort of, he knows I'm talking to him, and he chooses to ignore me. It's like... Anyway, this is what it looks like, and this is the one that I'm wearing right now on my cheek that you can't even really see. Can you see it? Not really. But it's beautiful. I just don't put a lot on, even though I love a strong a strong highlighter. But it's all good. I do really love this. And it is a couple years old, let's be honest. But this one I've used a lot. So this one I wanted to use 10 times, and I've already used it 11. So this one will be rolling out. Excuse me. And that other one would be 12. So I'm going to add another use because I used it before the project ends. Today's the 27th. Okay, and then the next one that I have uses on is... A Child of the 80s, Indiana Jones equals something indie. And I brought in the Adept Cosmetics Heather Austin eyeshadow palette, which, oh my goodness. I'm going to put the cheek leaders one away. And I've only used this one once. I actually think I used it a few times, but if I only use one matte shade or something, I just don't count that. But this is what it looks like. I apologize for my coughing, by the way. This is what it looks like. Very beautiful. I really enjoy this palette a lot. I want to get more use on it, but I am trying to use my Pen That palette for the year. So you can see the colors on my eyes. The majority of them are my Pen That palette. And that will be the way until those eyeshadows are done. I need to hyper focus and be excited about that, even though I'm not excited about that. But I want to get that used up. So anyhow, I've only used the Heather Austin palette. I counted once. The next item I have is the Disney Princess, which is Aurora, and that is a bubblegum pink or gray. So I chose pink, of course, and I brought in the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Bora Bora, which never came with a sticker. And I feel like I just don't want to grab it. I've used it twice, twice, but I don't know about these little pots like this. I don't know. So I'll continue to grab for it, but I think I prefer a doe foot where I can plop it on my face instead of scooping inside with my brush. I just, Anyway, so I still have 3 more uses to go on that. The next item is Happy Hour, which is martini, something that is odd shaped packaging, and I brought in Max Double Definition. Now this is sort of a workaround on the prompt. Honey, off of there now, or I take that away. For your safety, yes, for your safety. Can you come help? He's not listening. I can't move. Anyway, okay. So I gotta call in the husband. So this one is MAC Double Definition. And the reason I brought this in, as you can tell, like, this is odd. This is so odd. Why wouldn't they just put it like straight across? I get that they're doing a wave, blah, 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 but like, this is odd. And it's old, and the reason I wasn't using it is because this was actually the same as Whisper of Guilt, and it took me years to find Whisper of Guilt. Part of me wants to part with this and be done with it, but the bronzer is so good. It's so beautiful. It's very much this stunning, deeper, like glowy. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the highlighter is beautiful. Like, just such a gorgeous duo. So I just can't part with that. But I have reached my goal on that. So that will be going back into my collection. I have reached a couple goals actually this time. The next one I have is the I Heart the 90s, which is Smells Like Teen Spirit, a scented product. And I brought in a couple of, I brought one perfume in this one and one perfume in another one. But anyhow, this perfume is the pink version, and this is not Moschino. I think this is Jimmy Choo, not Moschino, because Moschino has the little animal shapes or robot shapes or whatever, I think. Anyway, these are the Jimmy Choo perfumes. And this was really nice. I enjoyed the pink one. It's very soft and floral. But this one is done. So that is an empty. Sorry, my my lungs and my breathing just cannot take sense right now. And then the next one is It's Panning Cats and Dogs, which is a beagle and also a scented product. So I brought in the yellow version of the Jimmy Choo. And yeah, this one's beautiful too. Very nice. But I mean, I was okay with having little examples like this, but I would never be able to afford big bottles of these, so I don't mind getting teeny sets. Plus, I have tons of perfumes, so I will just buy big ones where I feel like the value is there, and ones that I really want to wear all the time. And then if I just want to like splurge, I'll just get a little kit at the holidays. But those are empty, so that's great. So I have 2 other ones rolling out, and then 2 that are completed. And then the next item is Mean Girls Quotes, Why Are You Obsessed With Me? A product that will not leave your collection no matter how much you use it. And I brought in the MAC blush in the shade 2 Virtues, which is of course that gorgeous purpley hot, or not hot pink, but like a baby pink. And I want to use this one 30 times because I want to get this use on this, and this is for this project goes until July, so I have some time. But this is what it looks like, and it's absolutely stunning. One of my favorite blushes in my collection, and it will never leave until it's done. I don't care if it's 25 years old. I'm going to use this. So that's gross, but I don't care. Unless it starts affecting my skin, then it's got to go. But so far I've used that one 2 times, and I need to use it 30. So a long way to go on that. So this next one was a declutter. It's Nightmare on Panning Street, which is the ring, expose a ring on a pan. And I did bring in the one size powder. It's a foundation powder in the shade 4 medium or 4G. And I decluttered it, but I kept the actual palette, but I decluttered the product inside. I'm a neon. Sorry about that. I am so tired. But anyway, so this one is a declutter. It's not a completion. I used like half the product. I was at a really good dip. I probably could have exposed that ring, but I just could not put myself through using that product. It was not good for my skin. It was too thick. Just sat on my skin. Like you could feel it on your skin. If I felt greasy, it was just not a good time. So I'm sure it works for a ton of other people because One Size does have good products, but that was just not for me. Yeah, I have a few other items that I could probably talk about, but I think what I'm going to do is just talk about two more and then call it a day, I believe. So, the one item I want to talk to you guys about is for the prompt tiny pans. And I just have to get this product away from the very bottom of my drawer. But I brought in the Huda Beauty Nude Light. And the reason I brought in the Nude Light is because I have the Nude Rich and I also have the Nude Medium. And I absolutely love the Nude Medium like so much. And I was like, I'm going to get the light because I really love having brow bone shades and like lighter shades and stuff. And so I bought it and I tried it and I fell so in love with this palette. It is so basic AF, but I absolutely adore this palette. So super, super, super happy that I have it. Love using it. So far in this project, I've only used it 2 times and I want to use it 5. So hopefully I can get those last 2 uses on it. And then the last one I want to talk about, I think this time, is I could talk about a few actually, but anyway, this one I'll talk about Zodiac Panner, and I brought in the BH Cosmetic Zodiac eyeshadow palette. And the reason I want to talk about this one, it was first of all gifted to me from Deb B on YouTube, and she was so sweet and found this and asked if I wanted it. And I actually saw it at Torrid, which is super weird. I saw it at Torrid one time and I wanted to get it, but I was like, you know what, I have so much eyeshadow, I don't need it. And then when she said she found it for a ridiculous price at TJ Maxx, I was like, you know what, do it, because honestly it's like something I still think about. Everyone talks about it, everyone's had it in their collection at some point, and so I want to try it out. And I tried this out recently. I want to use it 3 times. I've tried it once and it was so beautiful. Like, it is honestly a basic palette, and when I say basic, I mean the colors are stunning, lots of option, beautiful baked eyeshadows, but let's be honest, it's not the most impactful. It's like just soft basic eyeshadows, but it was so beautiful and I'm really, really, really happy that I have it, honestly. But definitely not something where you're going to draw attention really to your eyes when you're wearing it. It's just basic. So I apologize. I'm trying really, really hard not to cough, but today is the first day I've actually been feeling more myself, which is great. But that is all of the items I want to talk about in this project. I have so many updates going up, but I will need to get everything updated because I have to do my beauty rehab, and I bought a lot of stuff in the last little while and more is coming, and it's 2 points for everything that I want to bring in. So what I do is I tally the total of the items. Like, say if I have 40 items that I used in a month, you cut that in half, which means 1 point against 1 point is actually 2 points against 1 point because I've already cut the points in half. I hope that makes sense. But I'm doing very, very well, and I would like to do even better. But that means I also need to get my butt in gear and use the things that I actually own already. So I have a lot of things that I want to do in the next couple months, and then next year I'm going to do a little bit of a revamp with my channel, and I hope you guys are along for the ride. It's not going to be a complete change. It's not going to be like totally different stuff. It's just going to be panning different projects and stuff. So I hope you guys are along for the ride, but leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. It has been a hot minute since I've actually been able to really converse a lot in the comments, but I would really appreciate to hear some kind of comment of what you thought about the update, or something you'd like to see me use, or whatever. But yeah, just leave something down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!